ladies and gentlemen, this is Luminous coming to you guys with a pro to the commentary. We're back with the Premier League, and today we have a match for you guys. It is Navi versus XP. Today joining along my side is Tusky Atri, and he's going to be co-casting this game with me. Atri, how excited are you for this game?
I am very, very excited. I mean, I cannot even explain in words how excited I am today.
Well, let me try explain why I am excited. First of all, this is Navi and XP, two of the teams that are doing the best in the Premier League. I think Navi has not dropped a single match yet in the Premier League, and they're just dominating teams left and right. XP, same thing. The only match I think they lost was to EG, and that was in a thriller match in itself. So both these teams can be considered as the best teams in the Premier League. So now these two juggernauts so early on hit it off in the Premier League. That's number one reason to be excited. Number two reason to be excited is that we recently had Invoker added into the CM pool. As you can see, XP is immediately banning there. So I was thinking we might see Invoker being played today, but unfortunately, Lotus says, nope, not going to deal with that one. That just means that we're going to see either Chen, Brewmother, or Anti-Mage being played. So these are heroes that we don't generally see play, but hey, there you go.
And there is a, as usual, ban from Night Soccer. But then, what do you think about this Venomancer ban? I mean, out of the blue?
Yeah, no, the Venomancer actually makes a lot of sense here. Loda generally loves to first pick or second pick Venomancer. He really, I'm pretty sure Miracle's tired of playing Venomancer because every time I see an XP play, Miracle's on the Venomancer, and it's just so good in terms of defending, which is really one of the things that Navi loves to do. They love to kill you under your tower, push your tower, and then get that early game advantage. And Venomancer is one of the few heroes that are really suited against Navi's gameplay. Of course, the Mass Plague Wards are great under the tower for defense, and his burst, well, not really burst damage, but his sustained AoE damage from that Poison Nova is nothing to laugh at, especially in the early game kind of pressure. So fairly standard ban, at least against XP. I mean, of course, here XP is going to ban the Chen against the Navi. Nothing too much to talk about there, and we have a Prophet for his pick. Any thoughts on that, Atri?
Yeah, Prophet is, as you always have mentioned, a strong hero in any form of the game. I mean, he can push, defend, he can do anything he wants. He can go any item build, and he can even be versatile lanes. He was mid solo, for a really versatile hero in terms of picking.
Atri, I'm having a difficult time understanding what you're saying because your mic's breaking in and out, so if you can, please try to take a moment to fix it as I covered pick and ban. So we're not missing too much right now, so don't worry too much about it. But you sound like you're talking in a well.
Okay, yeah, I'll just restart.
Yeah, let me know when you fix it, and I'll resume the Skype call. Sorry about that for all the technical difficulties. And looks like we have a Brewmother and a Stormster being picked up here for XP. Now the Brewmother is kind of self-explanatory. We've seen her really dominate games in terms of just from the laning stage. It really forced the enemy team to pick up some specific counters for the Brewmother, such as the Sand King, such as the Darkslayer. In either case, she's going to put so much pressure in lane, and once those heroes actually leave the lane, she's going to be free to push down a couple of towers. Stormster, we haven't seen him being picked too much, but XTV specifically loved that hero as a very, very good counter pick to Nature's Prophet. Generally, Nature's Prophet has a very easy time, especially during the mid game, to just port in to really put pressures on your lane. Stormster is one of the few heroes that could really gank him because you could just jump in from 2k range, really outstab Nature's Prophet's sight range, and just go on to Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet, once he has to deal with the Stormster right in close range, if you don't have a Hex Stick, you're going to be in trouble because he's going to be right in your face, hitting you with nukes and slows and whatever else, and it's just really annoying to deal with. So Stormster is XP's counter pick to Furion. Now that's really, really much to the mid to late game stage. And of course, there's a lot of room for Navi to prepare for that. Like I mentioned, Navi's Furion can get into a Hex, and he doesn't really have to worry about the Stormster after he gets the Hex. But again, that's really, really far from now. And I'm pretty sure Navi don't want to deal with that stage of the game. They just want to win early and hard and fast. And it looks like they're going to pick up a Sand King here as long with the Tie Hunter as well. Sand King obviously is going to be the Brewmother counter if they could lane the two against each other. Sandstorm, Caustic Finale, and Burrow Strike. Really, really good to counter push that Broodmother push. And Tidehunter is going to provide that AoE team fight. And with Epicenter and Ravage, we're going to have quite a bit of team fight on the Radiant side. And also Wrath of Nature is there as well. Keep in mind the cooldown of these spells are relatively long though. So Scourge, Dire, they could engage quite frequently and take advantage of those long cooldown, which can make Navi's life a little bit difficult. We'll have to see if their last 2 pick is going to reflect that. Now, so far, both teams have not picked up the Windrunner, and I'm completely surprised there is a Windrunner pick. And really, the Shackle Shot is just too broken of a spell to be left for the other team to have it. And of course, Windrunner is a very versatile hero to lane. So generally, for the most part, you could lane the Windrunner however you see fit. She works decently as a support. She could long lane solo. She could solo mid. She could go in the tri lane. Whatever lane you want her to do, she could do it for you. And I'm sure some of you guys are screaming out there, oh my god, Anti-Mage is not picked. And I'm going to let you guys know, picking Anti-Mage against these guys might be a suicidal move, but because both these teams are so aggressive early on, and Anti-Mage, newsflash, is not the best defensive hero, so I'm pretty sure both teams want the other team to pick the Anti-Mage. They're saying, haha, if you pick the Anti-Mage, we'll push you fast and hard, and you're going to lose the game early. So I don't think both teams either want, they don't even care about the Anti-Mage, as evident by the lack of picks and the lack of bans. I'm pretty sure, and then I'm pretty sure like Navi and XP decides to pick Anti-Mage 4th and make me look bad. But I feel like Anti-Mage really do not favor the playstyle. The playstyle of Anti-Mage really don't have a place in this game, simply because both teams play really aggressive early on. So let's see if Atri has fixed his mic, and I'll resume. No, he's not even back on yet. No problem. Enigma is going to be the ban here for Navi, which is somewhat interesting because Puppey plays a pretty decent Enigma, and that really fits into Navi's pushing style. Of course, the Demonic Convergence, nice, plus the Treants, and of course it really fits along the teamfight potential of the Sand King and the Tidehunter. Now, it might make sense to not play the Enigma, since that the Stormspirit really is a decent counter to Enigma. But then there's no reason to ban it themselves. So I'm not too sure why this is really there. But we'll see. Enchantress is going to be the ban here as well. A little bit of worry about jungle play still, even though Enchantress is not really a hero that's being picked too often lately. She's pretty much dwarfed and overshadowed by the Chen. But still, a little bit of worry about that ban. Meanwhile, here we're going to see a Rasta or Shadow Shaman is the official Dota 2 term here. And XP gonna ban that one up. A decent ban because it does give you very strong pushing potential in the Master rewards. But more importantly, that Hex is gonna be very annoying for the Stormstar to deal with, especially before he gets that blocking bar. Anti-Mage sees a ban. So that's exactly what I mean. XP is gonna make me look bad. I was gonna say, man, Anti-Mage is not gonna have a place. I really didn't think that Navi is gonna pick into Anti-Mage, but at least low the dot cell, so they're gonna ban that. Crystal Maiden is gonna be the 4th pick here for the Navi lineup. Great AoE lineup here for the Radiant team. And Stormster, there's a lot of pressure on him to get that blocking bar, but once he does get the blocking bar though, he's basically going to be impervious against the Radiant lineup. He could jump in and focus on whoever he needs to focus. He does have quite a bit of valid targets. He can just go for the Sand King if he finds them. He can go for the Tidehunter if he finds them and try to burst these guys down. Because if you do, man, they're losing a big AoE ultimate. But that's after his blocking bar. Before the blocking bar, the Storm is going to be a very frail hero against this lineup. You jump in here, you get disable once, and you're dead. So Pycat, who's most likely going to be playing the Stormster, really needs to be rushing and farming for his blocking bar. Generally, he's really good at that. He just kind of AFK for the good part of the early game and just go for a BKB rush. And once he does get the BKB rush, he just turns the tide of the battle around. Of course, Broodmother most likely going to be going the same thing. We'll be going for a blocking bar as well. I think the Orchid on both the Stormster and the Broodmother will be nice, but I think the survivability is going to be the more important issue here. And Dazzle is going to be the 4th pick here. This is the first time I've seen XP play Dazzle, so I have no idea what to expect here. I don't know if it's going to be on solo mid. I don't know if it's going to be on a tri lane. I do because we already have the Broodmother. We already have the Stormster. I assume it's going to be on the support role, but that, you know, you could never know. You can never know what Loda's thinking. But the Dazzle is a very strong pick against some of these kind of one-hit wonders, if you will. for the Radiant side. Of course, the damage don't come in a huge chunk as well. It's not Laguna Blades, it's not Finger of Death. It's kind of like post damage. I'm looking at the Sanking here when I say that. So because of that, you do have quite a bit of time to cast off an ever so important Grave. That's going to be important. Also, don't underestimate the ability of Weave to increase your physical damage. Broodmother and Stormster might not look like the biggest juggernaut in terms of dealing a physical damage, but if you add Weave and minus 10 armor on the entire enemy lineup, you can do quite a bit of damage on the physical side. So do look for that in the game to come. And let's see if H3 is back, and we'll resume the call. H3, how are you doing?
Okay. It should be better, I hope.
It is. It sounds like a lot better, but it also sounds like there's a little bit of static. Can you give me a mic test? 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 6. Did I just say 5, 4, 6?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, that sounds a lot better. H3 knowing how to count better than I do, so that's the start. Alright, the guys are walking into the lane here. We have Loda going to be playing Stormster. Interesting. Pycat generally plays that role. Miracle's going to be on the Shaker. He's going to the bot lane here. We have Pinoy on the Windrunner. A very familiar scene. It looks like Aki's going to be playing the support Dazzle, and we have Broodmother being handled by Pycat on the top lane. Havos just paused the game, but let's look at what we got here on the Radiant side. I don't know. You gotta help me here. Toast is playing the Tidehunter.
I feel that is AA or Smile.
Oh, he is playing the support role, so it makes sense. Yeah, Dendy's going to be on the Sand King. Interesting here. And who is Shirley? It's not Havos. It's not Light of Heaven. Puppy?
Shirley.
That's the only guy that's.
Or maybe that is Havos. Shirley, Fenty might be Havos, and
Puppy.
the first one must be Puppy.
That makes sense because Puppy plays Crystal Maiden and Havos plays Weaver. It makes a lot of sense now. This is why I'm slightly annoyed when they use these weird tags, because we don't know who these awesome players that we're casting for. And of course we're gonna have Live Heaven. Looks like he's gonna be solo mid. And generally I really love solo mid Freons, as we see experience huge lags. Is that just me or is that everyone else?
No, even I'm lagging.
Okay, that's just the game, I guess. I really like solo mid Freon. Because you really get a lot of levels, and you never really run low in terms of mana to jump into a gank. When you play jungle Furion, you know, a lot of times you just, man, I see a low HP hero, but I don't have enough mana to use that teleport and sprout combo. So we're not gonna see any of that in this game, as he's gonna be going to solo mid.
Yeah, Furion. Before I disconnected, I was trying to say, like, you know, he's a very versatile hero who can go in any lane if he wants to.
Yep, and he definitely, I mean, we definitely see him in the long lane with Boots of Speed first, but he's going to be sticking a very more traditional solo mid role here, and it's going to be up against Lotus Stormster. Stormster will have the disadvantage in terms of range. Of course, Freon does have 600 range, and Stormster has, I think, 480. So he's going to have a little bit of difficulty. But on the top lane here, we're going to have the Weaver, Crystal Maiden, and the Tidehunter against a tri-lane of Dazzle, Shaker, and Broodmother. As we see a lot of spells being dropped off. Again, I assure you this is not me lagging the game itself. It's very, very laggy. I'm sure for the players as well. Hopefully it will settle down as the game progresses. How do you feel about this tri-lane? Who has the advantage here?
I feel this Dire has the advantage.
Okay.
The Broodmother, Earthshaker, and Dazzle.
Any reason why?
Because they have much more better things. I mean, yeah, Tidehunter can gush once. After that, his mana goes really low.
Right.
And then her cannot do anything after, like, her first spell and a second. And the cooldown at level 1 is, I believe, it's 12 seconds. So it's going to be hard for her to spam that Tsukuchi.
Looks like they might
Whereas
make it go.
Earthshaker, Dazzle, and all,
Ooh, they barely missed a trap on the Crystal Maiden. She's going to be fine, but she's going to take a lot of physical damage. I'm going to go on the other side and say the Dire side might have a better of lanes here because they will have the pull spot to resort to. Looks like the Shaker already counter-warded as they're going to make yet another go on the TIE Hunter. And TIE Hunter's half HP already. I think he's going to be okay, especially with that Nova being dropped down. They're going to still die for him right now. Spiderling taking quite a bit of damage, but Pycat and Aki taking a lot of physical damage as well. Weaver comes in right now trying to go for a kill on Aki. I don't think he really get it. He's going to run into a pair of Sentry War, and that might be very dangerous for him. Both teams taking really a lot of damage. I don't think it's just us lagging. Okay, Atre's going to reconnect here. I don't think I'm lagging us. Or at least the game is lagging. I don't think my host is lagging, but we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it will settle down in just a bit. But yeah, going back to the top lane here, we're going to have the Dire side. They will have the pull, so they will have the level advantage here. They will have the creep equilibrium advantage as well. Shaker got first blood as he roamed to the mid lane with a haste rune. Sorry for missing that one. Too busy watching the pull on the top lane. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, the Shaker and the Dazzle, they do have the pull going for them, so they should have the advantage here. But unfortunately, they don't have the best spells because Dazzle really needs a lot of EXP. So it's good to see that the Shaker go off the lane to do a little bit of roaming because Dazzle will need to find some EXP somewhere. He does have the Poison Touch and the Shadow Weave right now. Still no level of Grave. He might pick it up at level 3, but we'll have to wait and see. Shaker and the TIE Hunter going to be meeting up in the top river. And here comes Crystal Maiden. Oh shoot, Atri, you okay there? As we see a gush going on Miracle. Miracle might be in trouble. They're going to focus on the TIE Hunter. TIE Hunter taking a lot of damage. Here comes the Crystal Maiden. Miracle's going to go down here, but will TIE Hunter go down? No, he's going to be A-okay right now. Loda taking so much damage. He might not be able to survive here. He's going to bottle up like crazy. Going to pop off a Remnant. We'll have another Remnant, but his HP is just so low. He's going to tango up as well. Teleport comes up here for Light of Heaven, and they're going to get the kill there. Double kill goes to Crystal Maiden here as Puppy. Gonna be upgrading that Crow and taking an early boost of speed. Are you back in the game here, Atri? Looks like Atri having a little bit of technical difficulty here as Loda teleport back in the lane and gonna maybe making go on Light of Heaven. Nice visual block here from Miracle, and looks like Light of Heaven might be in trouble. And looks like he is going to go down. A couple of physical hits. Miracle doing the block. Nice play here. And I think he's going to go down. If Loda gets yet another hit on him, he's literally one hit away. Miracle forced to take that kill, unfortunately, because Loda was not able to catch up despite... it looks like Earthshaker had the boots of speed so early on, thanks to that early kill they had. So that was really nice for them. And I still apologize for this huge delay here. I'm not too exactly sure what exactly is going on. Again, hopefully it would. My only hope is that we'll settle down. On the bot lane here, we're going to have Dendi soloing against Pinoy. They really wanted to match the lane here. Broodmother against the Sand King, but unfortunately for them, they are unable to do so. And Dendi's going to have, a fairly easy time to lane here. He's not going to die, but Pinoy is going to have a fairly easy time. You can see that he's doing a very good job denying against the Sandstorm, which pro players have absolutely an easy time doing it. You don't, that's why they're pro players. They can easily deny against Sandstorm and whatever else, right? And Dendi's going to have a little bit of trouble. He's not going to die, but I'm not too sure whether he's going to get the best of farm. He's not going to keep Pinoy from farming. That's the important thing. But going to check back the action on the top lane because I don't want to miss too much of that as we see Shaker dropping a ward on the enemy hill here. He's going to be waiting for the 6-minute rune and always looking for a chance to backstab Light of Heaven. Light of Heaven already got ganked twice. So he's got to be somewhat careful once over here and of course once to the backstab that the Shaker came in. Shaker with boots of speed is a very dangerous concept, and a lot of people will underestimate, man. It's a support with boots of speed, but because of the nature of his fissure, the boots of speed really help him to get in position to get off that perfect fissure block, and that's just a for sure kill if you get it off. Looks like Rune is going to be on the bottom here. Immediate TB from the Free Island, going to deny it. Nicely done by Light of Heaven. Cannot allow the Stormstar to get up that Rune, especially on a regen. Once he picked that up, it's going to be very dangerous. Stormstar is level 6, as we see the two supports here smoked up. Are they going to be looking for a gank? Yes, they are going to be diving behind the tower, and Pino might be in trouble. Dendi is level 6, so he will have his ultimate. Dendi being very aggressive, and that might just tip off off Pinoy. And yeah, that's definitely going to tip off Pinoy. He's going to use a Burrow Strike on the creeps as well and will not be able to use it. Uh-oh, he might get shackled. Yep, yeah, but there's a power shot right on top of him as well. He's going to pop off the Sandstorm. And here comes the Crystal Maiden and the Tide Hunter. Going to usher away Pinoy. Pinoy going to be doing a couple of right click at Dendy. Dendy's going to be using his bottle up, and they're going to make it go. There's a bite, and there's a Burrow Strike, and there's a gush on him as well, and they're going to get the kill. Nicely done here by the Na'Vi ganking squad. Here comes Shaker. He's going to be very careful. Uh-oh, what is he doing? What is he doing? There's a TP in from Light of Heaven. He's going to get chainstunned down. Miracle, I'm not too sure what he was hoping for. 1 against 3, Light of Heaven TP in, and there's a push under your tower after killing you. A very, very standard Na'Vi strat. Kill you under the tower and then push your tower. Unfortunately, they don't have the best creep equilibrium going their way, as their creep under the tower will be taking significant amount of damage. They don't have Ring of Basilius or anything like that. And Toaster Toast taking mad amount of damage right now. They're going to try to focus down this tier 1 tower, but I think once Pinoy and another person come in position, they should be able to defend this just fine. And Light of Heaven will try to TP out with a fissure. Catch him. Looks like he will not, and he's going to be a-okay. Tower take about half damage, but I think they could recover that. Back on the top lane here, Aki taking quite a bit of damage here from the Weaver, but nothing fatal just yet, as we see a lot of jungling here being done by the Broodmother. And this is the benefit that we see a lot of pro players be using these Broodlings to do. Just jungle, and the support here, like the Dazzle, will be able to take out a lot of XP. Unfortunately, he has blocked his own camp here with the help of those Spiderlings, and well, got to be microlling a little bit better, because they're missing out quite a bit of EXPs. As we see a haste rune being picked up by Shaker, he's going to be looking for yet another kill, but I don't think he will find it on the bot lane, because Sand King is going to be somewhat of a difficult hero to kill off. As we see Crystal Maiden doing a little bit of pull. Very interesting way to leave the Weaver on the top lane by himself. And I think this is a good choice, since that he can solo the lane fairly effectively. But he might get his lane pushed down, because he won't be really able to defend against the this huge spiraling push that's going to come in the way. No Ring of Basilius just yet. As you see, Broodmother picks up yet another Sage's Mask. We don't know whether that's going to be an Oblivion Staff or it's going to be a Ring of Basilius. As we see a lot more Spiralings being summoned. Weaver taking quite a bit of damage under his tower, but use Sakuchi continuously, and that's going to blow away these Spiralings. Very interesting way to defend this tower. But it's going to work, at least for now. But he is running low on the mana. I think he's going to pick up a Vid Booster, or is that going to be a Voice Song? It's going to be a Voice Song, so very interesting. Going to be going for a Perseverance first. I'm not too sure what he's going to be upgrading it to a full Lincoln Sphere. In terms of Lincoln Sphere, it's going to be blocking a pull. It's going to be blocking a Poison Touch, and I guess Spawn Spiraling, and also it's going to be blocking things like Orchid, if we are going to have Orchid later on. But I'm not too sure whether it's going to be the best choice. I think Black King Bar might be a bit better survival too, especially against this lineup. But Havos knows better, as we see a kill on the bot lane here. Dendy had to use his entire ultimate combo. They did pick up Pinoy though, and looks like they are going to transition into a push. Load on the mid lane here. If you look at the mini-map, he's doing the correct thing here. They're saying that, okay, we know that they're pushing our bot lane. There's nothing I could do about it. Instead, I'm going to try to put some pressure on the mid tower, and make this mid tower a little bit easier to push down later on, and hopefully force a couple of guys to back off on the bot lane. But looks like Dendy's going to pick up the double damage rune and going to be going to the mid lane. He might find a Storm Spirit here, as he's going to have the high ground site. And on the bot lane here, looks like the push has been backed off. A Smoke of the Seed has been popped. They can look for Storm Spirit. He does have quite a bit of mana though, so it's going to be a-okay. You see that Dust is on the Storm Spirit, so they're looking for a gank on the Sand King. But Sand King at this point already level 7, so he's fairly high level and fairly tanky. It's going to be somewhat difficult to get a kill on him. You're going to need at least 2 or 3 to get the kill on Dendy. Dendy has Arcane Boots up already. Really good choice here, opting for Arcane Boots, and that you know he's going to be looking for the push. Arcane Boots, generally one of the best pushing item there is, really to feel that mana charge going on. Here we go, the 2 supports smoked up. I think they're going to circle around, and they might run into a support here in the form of Aki, and Aki might just be in a world of pain. Looks like they're going to be dodged out just fine here. Stormstreet going to get initiated on. Oh, Aki going to be in a little bit of trouble. There's going to be a bite and a gush. Aki half HP, he's going to heal. He will have Grave, so he's going to be okay. There's a TP in Grave. There you go, he's going to be okay. Sand King comes in right. He's going to Burrow Strike on the Stormstreet. Crystal Maiden is going to go to Shackle Shot on the Chi Hero. Nicely done. Visual comes in right now. But oh, Light of Heaven might be trapped. Shaker unable to drop off his ultimate. No more mana just yet. He's not even level 6. He won't have the Arcane Breach, so he does have mana drop off at least 2 more Fissure. I think these guys should be okay, and they're going to back off. But a good trade here for the Scourge Silent, or for the Dire lineup, trading a Crystal Maiden for free. And I do believe that is going to stop the push cold. And defending the towers against Na'Vi is a very, very important tool early on. And so far they have only lost a single tower, so that's pretty decent. I want to point out that one thing that Na'Vi is doing exceptional job is that they're controlling the rune beautifully. I have not seen a single rune being taken up by the Dire side yet. XP, they are checking the rune every time. In fact, they're checking it before they even spawns. But unfortunately, they never get to do it because the Prophet's always there, the Sand King's always there, and whatever else. And then he might be in a little bit of trouble as we see Stormster is going to be TPing right in. He does have a dust though, so he can go for the kill on the Sand King if necessary. The rune is going to be spawning on the top lane here, and guess what? Crystal Maiden, oh, Crystal Maiden might be picking, unfortunately, Loda in position. No, he's not going to pick it up just yet. Did he not see it? I guess he did not see it. What's going on? I'm confused. There's just a there's an Invis rune just sitting there, just chilling. Okay. He's gonna leave it for later, I suppose. As we see the Dire side trying to push down the mid tower a little bit, and Puppey able to get a couple points of EXP. You can see that she's going for Frostbite, and generally Crystal Maiden max Nova, or at least put more points into Nova. But in this case here, she's gonna put more points into Frostbite. It makes a lot of sense because if you look at the Dire side, they do have quite a bit of mobility hero, and Nova is not really gonna help you slow them down. You know, Stormster does not care about the Nova. But the bite will reveal the Broodmother on the top lane here, and will keep her in place. Same thing with the Stormster. It's going to force him to jump at the very least, so that's going to be very, very helpful. So a very good choice here by Puppey to level up that bite instead of Nova. Let's see H3. Hopefully his mic is fixed and his lag is fixed. Looks like we're going to have a zip back in the mid lane here, and they're going to go on Toaster, and Toaster is going to go back. Fountain. After that 3-man gank on the mid lane here, Loda making a lot of impact play in this early game, and I think they are going to try to push down this tower though. They don't have necessarily the biggest creep wave here, but it looks like the Radiant team will not be defending at all, and XP will be evening it up. Tower count at 1 and 1 apiece. Dendi will be backstabbing, but I do believe he's completely seen, and here we go. The Radiant team going to be... Uh-oh. Sand King gonna be dropping his ultimate on 3. Gonna go on Aki. Can he get the kill? Yes, he can. And he's gonna be dead though. Yeah, there's a dust. A lot of spell being dropped on me. He might be A-OK. He's gonna focus on Miracle. Loda just runs out and gives Dendi a double kill. Great play by Dendi, realizing that he's gonna be going up against 3 hero, but not afraid at all. And just went for the kill, and he's gonna be going for the bot rune. And indeed, he's gonna find himself a haste. Really great play here by Dendi. Andrew, welcome back.
Exactly. Yep, I'm back.
Looks like your
and hopefully my internet problem is solved here.
Yeah, I think it was just your internet that was lagging you up, but Na'Vi, for those of you guys that just joined us, and just for H3 that missed 10 minutes of this early game, we had Na'Vi picking up a couple of towers as well. XP trying to put up some pressure, but unfortunately they're down in terms of tower count, and they're down in terms of hero kills. While here comes Stormster, zips in, gonna be going for the Light of Heaven Shackle shot, not gonna hit though. No tree in the background, gonna go for Toaster instead. Gonna focus now on Light of Heaven. Loda very low in terms of mana. He's gonna be A-OK. No, Loda's gonna get focused down by a Sprout. Can he make it out alive? There's gonna be a grave, and Loda knows that he's gonna focus right on the Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden might be dead, but he's gonna try to kill. No, trying to trade a kill against the Stormster, not be able to make it here. And here comes Highcat teleporting into the team fight, and I don't think that's the best of choice. Generally, you don't want to see a Broodmother leaving her lane and join the team fight, and that just means that Weaver now is going to get a little bit of free farm. Despite the, well, we did have 2 kill advantage going in favor of XP, and the kill is 8-7 now. How do you feel about this game? Just joining back, who do you think is ahead? The kill count is fairly even now, but we do see Na'Vi leading in terms of tower kills.
I think Na'Vi will be a bit ahead, because they're forcing TPs from all 5 of the players.
Yeah, that's a great...
I mean, all 5 XP players are teleporting in just to help out the teammates. Otherwise, you don't see usually Broodmother TPing out of a lane and coming to help the team.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Broodmother TPing out the lane, that's A little bit eyebrow raising. He might get ganked on the top lane here. A single dust here. And there is a burrow strike and a dust. Can they bring him down? I don't really think they can, but that TP will help. So Pycat is gonna be in trouble. The sprout was on him, but the web did break him out. A little bit of late TP from Aki. The grave would really help. But unfortunately, they're not going to get a kill. In fact, right now, we're going to have Hovos going to go on the aggressive. This is the one-man army here, and Aki going to pop off the grave on himself. Unfortunately, the grave is going to run out. Dendy just following him, going to get the right click here to get the last hit. Who's going to be TPing? I do believe that's Loda here. Loda's going to zip right in for Dendy. Will he have? Yeah, he's going to get a kill on Dendy. I hope. Uh-oh, he's going to be invis, but there's no mana on Loda. Dendy going to be okay. Echo Slam being dropped. And I do believe the Shaker gonna go down. They're gonna usher away Loda. Loda, no more mana. A teleport in from Light Up and Ravage just being used for Loda. Loda's gonna go down as well. Na'Vi just completely outplaying. And we still have Dendy just chilling in there. He will have mana for another Burrow Strike if necessary. Uh-oh, a single teleport in from Darky. That's a Broom Mother. Shackle Shot gets dodged. He is. Wow, what a lucky Shackle. But Dendy survived long
I just
enough.
hate that when it happens.
Dendy,
when you dodge the stun and then you just get caught in another stun.
I know, that's really messed. That Shackle, I feel like a lot of times is more hacks than anything else. But Dendy just superb play, survived long enough to get his team at least a couple of extra kills. We see a 4-kill lead in the Radiant side. We see a tower count. Was that even? No, the tower count seems to be, yeah, the tower count is completely even. It feels like in terms of how the equilibrium is going, the Radiant has the advantage though.
Yeah, it definitely you do. I mean, I think Weaver has almost, yeah, she has a Linken's already. And now I think she can farm for a relic.
Yeah, that's a very, very early Linken. Generally, Weaver finished Linken maybe, ooh, there might be a right going on it. We do see the ultimate gonna get popped off by Pycat. Really nicely done. He used the spawn spiralings to pop off the Linken charge and then immediately just went for it with that Orchid Silence. I'm very surprised, and meanwhile we had him gank on the mid lane. Meanwhile, I'm very surprised that he went for the Orchid instead of the Black King Bar. I was thinking that he will need the survivability first, but what do you feel about the Orchid here on the Broodmother?
I feel Orchid is gonna help a lot in deep bites. If they can get an Orchid off of Tidehunter and then focus him down, the Ravage, with no Ravage they can win fights like fairly quickly.
Yeah, it looks like the Stormsphere is also good for the Orchid. This is definitely a very aggressive build, and I personally think that defensively is a little bit better because of the Kraken Shell. Even if you pop the Orchid on him, if he takes enough damage, he will still be able to pop off that Ravage because of the Kraken. But seems like they're not too worried about that. Dendy just picked up a Blink Dagger, and that's going to be absolutely huge. Dendy already making huge plays in this game, but the Blink Dagger is going to really make it even more so. Toaster right now has not a single level of Kraken Shell. I think once he click on the enemy hero and realize that they have double Orchids coming their way, he will start he should start picking some Kraken points. As we see Pycat gets a solo kill on the top lane here against the Crystal Maiden, and Pycat really, a lot of Broodmother just stay in lane and push by themselves. But I like the fact that she's using her items and going for the kills. Really high impact play here, and now he's going to be going back to that BKB. Back on the top lane here, let's check out how Weaver is farming up. We have 99 creep kills on the Weaver, 85 on the Furion, 65 on the Sand King, and nothing else on the supports here. But look at the Broodmother, 142 creep kills, insane farm in just 20 minutes. Now, obviously, a lot of it is, spawn spiraling, farming in the jungle, but still, he's getting a lot of farm. 74 on the Windrunner and 75 on Loda. So I gotta say, the Dire side is farming quite a bit better. And I'm going to pull up the gold difference chart here, and you can see that the Dire, in fact, they were down by hero kills, but they're leading in terms of gold chart, and that's mostly from the Broodmother farm. Radiant wants to get a push going on the top lane. They only have 2 heroes coming in, and we do see Dendy with Dendy's forced to TP out on the bot lane to help out his teammate. He does have a Blink Dagger, so he can't really go for the chase. Looks like he's not going to do so. Meanwhile, on the top lane here, it looks like we're going to make a go on Toaster again. Toaster forced to drop the Ravage just to save himself, and can they get a kill on the Pycat? That's the question though. Pycat trying to lifesteal, he's not going to be able to do so. No Grave. Interesting, Grave was on cooldown. He had the mana to use it. He was in range, but he did not drop it off. I think that's a mistake. Echo Slam gets dropped. Loda now trying to get a chase. He's going to try to find Light of Heaven. He will find him right now. Will he have enough mana for a pull? No, he doesn't, but it looks like all the physics. No! This Satir says some Woe Dota funny moments. And he's going to use a Shockwave on Light of Heaven. Dire team did not get the gold on that kill, but they got the EXP. So I guess that's a benefit for them. Meanwhile, Dandy pushing the mid lane there. Back on the top lane here, we have XP. Continue to get the push off. Looks like a massive amount of internet lag issue. Looks like, oh, by the way, I have not realized, but it looks like we're not lagging anymore. Which is good. Which is good. We're going to see the game in all of his glory as Dendy went for a kill. He's not going to get it. His mana pool very low. Shaker Fissure will find you, so Dendy just getting the hell out of there. Power shot miss as well. Crow might be in a little bit of trouble. It's going to be fine now. Dendy back in the game and will be defending on the bot lane. I wonder what Dendy's going to be going into next. We don't too often see a Sankin get as much farm as Dendy is getting right now. So the good thing is he could go for something very utility based like a Hex Stick, or maybe he's going to go for an Axe Scepter. But I'll talk about Axe Scepter if he does pick it up. I personally don't think it's the best item for Sankin, but that's just me. Hopefully he's not going to go for it. We'll see. Weaver does have the Lincoln Sphere finished. Looks like he's going to be still skipping that treads, or so far he has not bought a boost of speed. The Lincolns, I mean, it's doing a fairly good job in terms of keeping himself alive, but it's not going to be a for sure deal. As we just saw earlier, the Broodmother will use that Spawn Spiraling to cancel the Lincoln, and it's a free game after that, so... Toaster trying to, yeah, he is going to be start putting points into that Kraken Shell. Trying to get some farm in the mid lane. He does have that Arcane Boost and an Urn of Shadows as well. I wonder what he's farming for. Maybe just farming for that level 11s. Let's quickly check out how we're doing in terms of item progression. Blink Dagger is up on Dendy. Lincoln Sphere is up as well. Looks like he's going to pick up an Ogre Club. No indication whether that's going to be an Axe Scepter or a Blacking Bar. You go either way with that. Midas up on Light of Heaven, and now it's going to be going for Hextech. A good choice here against the Stormster on the enemy team. And now we have Puppy have no item, just a Bracer, and a couple of dozen whatnot. Meanwhile, on the dire side, Oblivion Staff number 2 on Stormster will be finishing that Orchid very, very soon. And I'll check the items in just a bit as we might have engagement coming on the top side. Or I could check individually here. Aki has nothing as expected. Interesting that he is keeping the Grave at a very low level. Keep in mind that as you level up Grave, you lower the cooldown, but more importantly, you increase the cast range. Level 1 Grave's only 400 cast range, and that might be very difficult for him to cast it off. As we see, Invisible Tidehunter is going to get found. Are they going to chase him down? It's going to force him to pop a Ravage. I think that's a victory nonetheless. They might lose Aki for it, though. Uh-oh. Aki going to be in trouble. Unfortunately, he should have TP out, but got Burrow Strike and got killed. Blink Dagger just got picked up here by, Dendy might be in a little bit of trouble. Single pull is going to be it. Does he have mana for the pull loaded? No more mana. Burrow Strike down the hill for 2 heroes. Nicely done here as he's going to try to kill the Windrunner. He's going to blink right in to make sure a single more Burrow Strike is going to find the Windrunner. Can he find it? No, he is slowed down by the Windrunner. No, he's going to get a nice blind Burrow Strike by Dendy. Dendy just showing why he's one of the top players in European right now. In the Euro scene, because Jesus, that was just beautiful Sanking play. I'm pretty sure if Mania was watching that, he's like, man, let me take out my notebook and write that down as we see a Spawn Spiraling cancel the Lincoln Sphere, and then Orchid's going for the kill, at least gonna force a single time lapse from Havos. This Broodmother will be a big deal as we see the Crystal Maiden, you don't want to run against the Broodmother. Spawn Spiraling. It's going to be off cooldown, and they're going to go for a kill. It's going to try to TP out. Can she make it? Oh! I'm telling you, man, you don't want to mess with that Brood. She does have one of the best farming performance I've seen in a long time. How much farm she's up to right now? 160 in 25 minutes. Falling down a little bit, but she's making it up in terms of hero kills. Meanwhile, on the bot lane here, Dendy doing a very good job by himself. Let's go back. They might be making a kill here. The Silent Stick is off cooldown, so they're not going to get it. Yeah, let's go back to check how we're doing in terms of item progression. Miracle will have that Blink Dagger, and he just used it in this gank. They unfortunately did not get off the kill, so the element of surprise is gone. But the Blink Dagger is going to be very, very crucial in terms of setting up that very key team fight. And I'm not too sure whether he can compete in the team fight, because how well Dendy's playing, and of course how big that Ravage is, it's going to hit half your team, literally, every single time. So Miracle, even though he's got the Blink Dagger, he's got to be very careful about his positioning. He needs to pick up level 11 as well to make that Echo Slam even more impactful. Pinoy does have Force Staff and the Mega. Force Staff is going to be a great choice, and hopefully we're going to see more Force Staffs on the dire side, because against Epicenter, that's going to be a very good survival tool. Brewmother has the Ogre Club and then 2k gold in the bank, so gonna have the blacking bar fairly soon. And Loda, how are we doing in terms of gold? He is gonna finish the Orchid right now. He does have the gold to pick it up if he wants to do so. We're duking it out against the Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden, really brave to pick fights like this. Was definitely a bait because Dendi was coming in with the haste rune. The rune is gonna spawn on the top lane again. We have Prophet denying the rune. So far, 26 minutes in, I gotta say Navi, exceptional job in terms of denying every single rune almost to the dire slide. And not many teams who keep up the vigilance, the constant vigilance, to keep denying rune. 26 minutes into the game, they realize that Storm Set with a very impactful, like a haste or regen rune, can make a huge deal in a team fight. So they can prevent that. And Crystal Maiden is just putting up so much pressure against a Windrunner. I can't believe I'm saying this. But yeah, she's feeling very confident about her ability to survive. She's maxing both her nukes and not taking more points into her arcane aura. And that the reason being so they don't really need the aura regen because they have arcane boots up. Tidehunter has arcane boots, Sand King has arcane boots, so they won't really need the mana regeneration as they're very, very fine in that department. Navi going for the late game, very uncharacteristic for them to turtle, but they do have the better late game carry, I guess, in this form of Weaver. And Weaver has 2,800 gold in the bank, just 1,000 more for that ever so important relic. Dire side seems like they need to start going on the offensive because they do have the core item done. They have the Orchids, they have the BKB on the Brood. They really should be making a huge push or a huge Roshan attempt, anything of that sort. They cannot allow the trade farm with this Weaver because Weaver will make them pay in the late game. And looks like they might be going for a big dive on the bot lane. They are going to get a tower for free. And they might find themselves a Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden in trouble. There's a Blink Dagger in for a huge Echo Slam. And they're going to get Light of Heaven as well. And this is initiation I'm talking about. The Blink Dagger plus Loda making huge play here on the bot lane. They got a tower in exchange, 2 extra kills as well. And I do believe they could go straight into the Roshan pit if they want to do so. Indeed, that's exactly what they're going to go to as they're walking all towards it. They do have the mecha. And that's going to be helpful for that Roshan attempt. I think they're going to go Rosh. Indeed they will. Stormster with the Aegis is no joke. But do they have the DPS to do so? They're going to pop off the Weave for a little bit of extra armor bonuses. Unfortunately for them, I don't think they have the DPS to really bring down Roshan. Unless the winner use a focus fire. But if she does, she won't have any mana. So we see a zip right in. But it looks like a quick blink here from Denny. It's going to make it out there just fine. Very least he has distracted the Roshan attempt and looks like he is going to be going for Axe Scepter. Now earlier I was prefacing that I'm not a biggest fan for Axe Scepter. What Axe Scepter does give you, of course, is a lot of extra HP, which might prove to be very, very important in this game here, as there's a lot of AoE damage, there's a lot of silence, there's a lot of chain stun. But mathematically, if you just want to upgrade, or if you just want your ultimate to do more damage, what's that item? A Veil of Discord actually make your ultimate do more damage than an Axe Scepter on a Sand King. Now obviously the Veil of Discord does not allow you to, you know, survive more. That's a very important concept that I'm leaving out in the equation. So it's definitely a personal opinion or a personal choice on this. But a lot of players don't really like Axe Scepter because it's simply just that it doesn't add too much damage to your ultimate. But then they're going to be opting for a little bit extra survivability with a little bit extra damage. And let's see how well it's going to be playing it. Yep, Axe Scepter is finished. Blink Dagger is up. So Sand King right now is exceptionally farmed. And he's taking the second row. He's taking the 2 row right now as the semi-carry on his team. And generally we don't see a spell-based kind of semi-carry like Sand King. But he definitely could take the job just fine. And looks like, are they going to defend the spot tower though? As we see XP sensing that they do have the momentary item advantage in the form of that blocking bar and double Orchid. So they're going to be forcing a couple of fights and forcing a couple of pushes. And here we go. Miracle got to be very careful. He cannot expose himself like this. Because if he gets initiated on, that's going to be a big deal for the Radiant team. And here we go. Crystal Maiden might be doing a little bit baiting. He is dropping off with Nova. There's a Blink Dagger in for Loda. Can they chain stun him? And looks like they cannot. Weave going to get dropped only on the 2 supports. Very unfortunate. Not the best weave. And they're going to make it go. Oh, Toaster going to be in trouble. Is going to drop off the Ravage. Fissure actually blocks him off. He's going to try to run out right now. Wimmer gets a kill here on the Crystal Maiden. It looks like Tidehunter dropped off before dropping his ultimate. Here comes Stanley with his Axe Scepter ultimate. Unfortunately, not enough damage output. And he's going to get focused down. Dendi does go down. Looks like Weaver got off a single kill here. No, there's Aegis on the Stormstar, so they don't really care. Weaver forced to turn back here. It's gonna be, he's gonna be silenced. He's gonna get focused down. Weaver fully overestimating his ability to survive, but unfortunately for them, they had double Orchids, a lot of stuns, and now Light of Heaven in trouble. Nice Hex here to stop the Stormstar. Okay, Miracle's gotta be really careful because he might actually get picked off. Looks like they cannot chase this and gotta back off. And this is time for the Dire team to go for the Roshan. Unfortunately, they're gonna back off for now. Or they might want to keep on pushing. Looks like they're gonna just keep on pushing. Storm finds a regen rune, and that's gonna be very, very nice for him. And this Crystal Maiden might just be dead. There's no wards up here for the Radiant side, so they don't see the storm coming. Looks like they are going to back off for now. I'm not too sure now they could go for the... What cancels regeneration? A Wrath of Nature? They don't have wards here, so the Wrath of Nature did not see. I'm surprised. I'm so confused how his regeneration got cancelled. But anyways, here, Black King Bar is up. Another 2K go here in the Broodmother's bank. So might be picking up a Yasha right now. Generally, we see a lot of players liking to go Yasha after that BKB and Orchid, because the movement speed is really, really helpful. Given the fact that he's a melee hero, we'll have a little bit difficult time in terms of chasing down heroes. And the Yasha movement speed bonus definitely will be very nice. On the top lane here, looks like Light of Heaven and Dendi, the two-man gang squad. And gotta be careful. A lot of stuns here, but they will be found by Invisible Windrunner. Shackle Shot is gonna latch. They gotta focus him down completely. There's the Orchid on him. It's not gonna be able to blink out. Perfect chain stuns coming in here right now. And they're going to bring down Dendi. That's the second kill that Dendi has dropped off in just a span of 2 minutes. So he's not going to be able to get any big item progression after this. He's not going to be surprising enemy team with a Hex Stick anytime soon. And that might be an issue, because how are you going to stop this Stormstar? And how are you going to stop this Broodmother from jumping around? Pycat, his BKB is running out. And he is going to get focused down by 2 or 3. Hex is going to be falling up very, very soon. There's the Hex Stick here. And it looks like Pycat has been picked off, and that's a very, very important kill, because Pycat was just balling out of control at this point. It looks like Na'Vi is going to be taking a little bit of the momentum and push on the bot lane. They do have the Weaver there as well, but are they confident enough to push just with 2 heroes? Because here comes the Stormstar. You don't want to mess with that. And again, Stormstar, one of the best counter to the Furion. If the Stormstar has a full mana pool, he will be able to just track you down, stop your push cold, and go for a kill. Of course, the Hex Stick is up on the Furion as we see a jump on the Crystal Maiden. And that Shaker definitely sent that big stick up on her, if you know what I'm saying. And she did not like that. Meanwhile, on the bot lane here, we have a TP out from the Prophet. It's going to be fine. So Navi's still turtling right here. We do have the Relic up, but this is a very, very late Relic. He had a very early Lincoln Sphere, about 17 or 18 minutes in. But, 15 minutes later, we still have not farmed up for that Radiance. And that's really a true testament of how XP is playing well. They're putting up a lot of pressure. The Broodmother is constantly in the Weaver's lane, and he's not getting the kill on the Weaver. I mean, he killed him once, but he's just, every time he sees a Weaver, just pop the Orchids on him and just start right-clicking. And the Weaver's just got to worry about his survivability, so he can't really just free farm. But Havos trying to get his Radiance before the next team fight happens. About 400 gold short. However, even when he's finished that Radiance, I'm not too sure how big of the impact he'll make here. As you see that, look at Miracle, how far he's going to have a Gold Scepter. And Aki, how we're doing? He's going to have Strength Treads. Very interesting, no drums so far here on the Dire side. The supports for the most part are fairly farmed. So they're going to be able to tank quite a bit. And Dendi might be in trouble. Quick blink out here by Dendi. Loda unable to get the pull off. Gem is up on Dendi. So Broodmother cannot really utilize his invisibility as a survival mechanism. Looks like they're going to try to push down the mid tower. No, they're going to back off for now, and that's just going to give Weaver all the time in the world to get that farm. He does have the Radiance finish. He will be able to pick it up right now in space. It looks like Pycat forced to defend on the top lane. He's up to 2,800 gold. I wonder what he's going to put into. It looks like it's not going to be a Yasha. If it's a Yasha, he's going to be picking up by now. So the only other choice possible is going to be a Eagle Horn into a Butterfly. Check out how we're doing in terms of farm here. 200 here on Loda, 246 on our Broodmother, and 129 on the Windrunner. And Light of Heaven actually keeping up with his Wrath of Nature, very easily so actually, with 200 creep heals on his own, and 177 on the Weaver, 153 on Sanking. So for the most part, it looks like the Raging team has caught up in terms of farm. And they're going to focus on the Storm. He is going to be initiated on. Is it going to be okay? I think he's going to be fine. He's going to pop the BKB and zip right out, but at the very least, they have wasted that 10-second BKB charge, which is ever so crucial for a Storm Surge. He's forced to pop that the double damage as well. So he has about 30 seconds to really go on the offensive with that. But without Broodmother in position, they don't really want to fight that 4v5. So very nicely done by Na'Vi, even though they did not get the kill. Using that Black King bar and forcing the double damage pop was a very, very small but slight victory. Looks like both team is going to be hovering around the Roshan pit. But there's no more Roshan, so... Dendi leading the charge. He is extremely tanky, 2k HP, level 18. We'll be leading the push. Tidehunter has a mecha. Wow. So he's fairly fine. He will have the mana to pop off both mecha and Ravage, so don't worry about that. And the cool thing about mecha on Tidehunter, this is literally the first time I've seen it in pro game. The cool thing about the mecha on Tidehunter is like no matter if he's silenced, he's gonna be popping both of them off because of the Kraken shell. So that's gonna be very, very key. Looks like Broodmother's still farming it up. 4k in it going in this bank now. Is he gonna just come out and push with the butterfly finish? Not too sure whether that's the best choice. Broodmother has about 40 to 45 minutes of gameplay. Because after a certain point, as we have a disconnect. Immediate pause in the game. And the reason I say that Broodmother has 40 to 45 minutes of gameplay is that around this point in the game, the supports on the enemy team starts to get tanky enough to actually survive for quite a bit of while. And yes, you are still going to kill this Crystal Maiden and you are still going to kill the Tidehunter, but you're going to waste so much time in doing so that it might not be even worth it. And also, this is the time that the enemy supports might, if they're farming decently, will pick up Ghost Scepters or Force Staffs. It's definitely not the case in this game here, as we have opted for Mecha and Crystal Maiden has been opting for Wards and Dust and whatever else. It's very difficult for them to farm Force Staff and whatnot. So this game here, in this specific game, Pycat does have quite a bit of time left to really start going on the offensive. But there is going to be a point in time where his melee right-click ability will be severely diminished. And that's when Broodmother gets very, very weak in the mid to late stage of the game. So far, we're not seeing that point yet, so nothing too much to worry about. Let's check how we're doing in terms of item progression here. We do have the Radiance finish. How are we doing in the Go and Weaver? Weaver has yet another 1,000 Go. I think this is time to pick up Power Treads. Not mostly for the HP or anything else, but mostly for the damage. It's a very cheap source of damage. Although we've seen some Weaver just go all game without treads. Definitely seen that before. Never seen Hovos do that though. We'll see if he's gonna offer treads. Looks like the entire Dire team is smoked up. They will find a couple of treants here. If they pick up Furion before the fight happens, that's going to be key. They will see the Light of Heaven. Immediate Hex. And, whoa, that's an overzip here. Light of Heaven. Uh-oh, they're not going to make a go on him. Very interesting. Pull. There's a pull on him. He's a half HP. There's an Echo Slam on 2, and Light of Heaven is going to get picked off. Nicely done. Ravage is down as well. Use it defensively, trying to save his teammates. And Toaster's going to be in trouble as well. He does have the mecha, and picking him off, that was key as well. And here comes Sankey with huge ult, but that's exactly what I mean. Because it takes such a long time for his ult to kill, there's a great, but nicely done by Light of Heaven, keeping right after buyback. Here comes a Broodmother, though. Broodmother will find you. Where's the silence? There's a silence right now. Black King Bar blocks a Burial Shot, but no teammates supporting the Broodmother. Nice block here by Puppy, but unfortunately Stormster will find double 2-man shackle here, but Broodmother chooses to run out here. Does will find the Broodmother. Nice visual blocking, stunning into, and looks like he will be able to blink out just fine. That was a great team fight for XP, but it's not over just yet. The Radiance will try to hunt him down. Blink Dagger, no, not even necessary for the Blink Dagger. He's just under his web. Is it going to be A-OK? Yes, he is. force that from the Windrunner, and actually Windrunner himself might be in trouble. She's a half HP already. The Radiant's doing significant amount of damage. Blink Burrow Strike will find him as well, but here comes the Shaker, gonna focus on this Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden gets picked off. Sand King gonna get picked off as well. Good recovery here from XP. Now gonna focus on the Weaver. Weaver does have Tsukuchi, so it's gonna be completely fine, but he doesn't have the Breeze of Speed. It's gonna be somewhat careful. Do they have the True Sight though? That's the question. Looks like he's gonna be fine. He will have a Teleport Scroll, and I think he's gonna make it out there just okay. That team fight was definitely in favor of the XP squad, as they started the team fight here, got the kill on the Prophet and the TIE Hunter, forced the Prophet to buy back, and they still killed him again. So now we're not going to see the Prophet with any item progression for a long time. He was trying to get a Manta Style, but after that, or maybe he was going to go for the Scotty. Both are decent choices here for Nature Prophet friend. He's going to find himself a double damage, but here it goes. Stormster, it's going to find him. Stormster not going to go for the zip. Decent choice, because a Hex plus a double damage actually might bring down the Stormster. Instead, they're going to focus their attention to the Roshan. And here we go. Sand King's going to be dead for 12 seconds. This is all the time in the world for them to bring down this Roshan. Experience might be just giving Na'Vi the first defeat in the Premier League. If you're just joining us, this is game 1 between Na'Vi and XP. Na'Vi remains to be undefeated in the Premier League so far, but Experience making a very good run. Might be taking the first game victory as Stormster picks up the Aegis. Brood has the Butterfly with the Black King bar, and I do believe the game-ending push is coming right down the mid lane. Everyone has their ultimate. The teamfight potential definitely is still very much so in the favor of the Radiant side, if the Ravage gets 3 or 4. So far in the last couple of teamfights, the Ravage has only got 2, or it was used defensively. So Arzart's positioning is a little bit questionable. Let's see if you can make it count though, because all you need is one big ultimate. And if you make it count, that's all it takes. Nice blink away from Dendi, surviving for now. And of course, once you're fighting under tier 2 towers and tier 1 tower, it is just because of the nature of the ramp and the map, you are forcing the tower side to clump a little bit more, so the Ravage is going to be a lot easier to hit. Experience taking their time. They gotta be careful, because once this Weaver, looks like Weaver has opted for Yasha instead of Boots of Speed. Gonna be going for the Manta Style instead. Now, not to really question Hovo's item choice here, as we might see a teamfight breaking out. Tosu gotta be really worried about his positioning. I mean, he does have Mecha, he does have Kraken Shell, but in the last couple of teamfights here, his Ravage has not been the best. So he's really gotta be very careful. Let's see how the Dire side chooses to fight this. They have a couple of avenue of choices. Stormster Initiate is one of those avenues. They are going to focus right now. Black King Bar gets popped. Toaster not popping that Ravage yet. And that Black King Bar Brood just running around, cannot do anything. Weave on top of 3 friendly heroes. They waited out the Black King Bar on the Stormster, and it looks like Winner got the kill. And uh-oh, Ravage just getting 1. And that's exactly what I mean. Crystal Maiden grabs a ultimate. Here comes Echo Slam on 3 heroes. Huge echo by Miracle. Weaver goes down. Crystal Maiden goes down. Light of Heaven will go down as well. Everyone is dead. TIE Hunter is alive, but he doesn't have anything, and that's the mid tower. It might be the mid racks as well. Experience just dancing around. Nicely done, and they still have the Aegis on Loda.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And I do believe this is going to be mid-racks, as we still have about 50 seconds to Experience. And the only question in our minds right now is, will Experience pick yet another lanes of racks? They don't have the Equilibrium going their way, but looks like Stormster already making his way on the bot tower. He doesn't have the physical DPS output though. Broodmother will help out with that plus about 1 billion damage. Plus 200. It looks like they do at the very least bring off the bot tower. The melee racks taking a significant amount of damage. Crystal Maiden is back, but looks like two lanes of racks is destroyed. And Experience in a firm lead right now. Now the Radiant side still does have better the late game potential, in terms of the hero potential, but in this case here, I do believe Broodmother, in terms of his farm, his item, his levels, is just miles ahead in terms of that Weaver with just a Lincoln Sphere and Radiance. Loda, by the way, got the Black King Bar Aegis, and Orchid now is going to be going for a Hex. He will have the Hex right now and still 1700 gold in the bank. I'm not too sure how the Radiant team will come back from this, but they are Na'Vi.
I'm over here.
GG immediately call, I guess they know as well. Yeah, very much so in the deficit. And yeah, we are going to be going for game number 2. So that was the very first defeat the Na'Vi sustained. Hopefully they're going to even the series in one apiece, and we will be coming at you guys with game number 2. Stay tuned, guys.